In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NHL games happening on March 25th, 2022. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets. As we provide these videos on a daily basis, I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NHL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 2 betting picks a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Columbus Blue Jackets versus Winnipeg Jets. The Columbus Blue Jackets face the Winnipeg Jets, with both teams looking to improve in the playoff picture. The Blue Jackets have won 32 of their 64 games, while the Jets have only won 30 of their 65 games this season. The Blue Jackets look to make up ground in the Metropolitan Division and the Eastern Conference playoff picture, while the Jets look to improve in Central Division and earn a wild card spot in the Western Conference, making the upcoming game a crucial one for both teams. This is going to be a great game between two teams looking to make a push for the playoffs. Both teams rank in the top half of the league in goals per game, with Columbus scoring 3.2 goals per game and Winnipeg scoring 3.1. Being that the Jets are coming off of a losing effort last night, this is a great spot to back the Blue Jackets on the puck line. There will be tired legs for the Jets skaters, which will open up plenty of chances for Columbus. Since Columbus is the 7th best shooting team in the league at 10.78%, they should be able to find the back of the net a few times. Winnipeg will also be going with their backup goaltender tonight in Eric Comrie. Comrie has good numbers this season, with a 2.34 goals against average and 0.920 save percentage. But being that he's only played 10 games this season, he won't have the chemistry that you'd expect if they went with Connor Hellebuyck. The Blue Jackets should find the back of the net throughout the game, with Patrick Lane, Oliver Bjorkstrand, and the rest of the forward unit carrying the puck into the offensive zone and creating open shots with great passes near the net. The Blue Jackets should also limit the Jets' offense, with Vladislav Gavrikov, Zach Werenski, and the rest of the defensive unit stepping up at the blue line and cutting off angles to the net on the rush while limiting shots on the net, allowing goaltender Elvis Merzlikins to make plenty of easy saves in the net. So the Columbus Blue Jackets to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. For starters, Columbus is now the worst defensive team in the league, allowing 3.6 goals per game. Elvis Merzlikins is set to return for Columbus, which is good news for Jackets fans, as he's a step up from Korpisalo, but not by much. Merzlikins is allowing 3.38 goals per game this season and has a save percentage of 0.903. Offensively for Columbus, they should get plenty of opportunities to score tonight, since Winnipeg will have tired legs being on a back-to-back. On the flip side, the Jets' offense is red hot over the last 2 weeks. They've scored 36 goals over their last 9 games. Both the Blue Jackets and the Jets have been led by their offenses, and both units look to step up and find the back of the net throughout the game. The Jets, who average 3.13 goals per game, should pile on the goals against a Blue Jackets defense that has allowed 16 goals in the last 3 games, with Kyle Connor, Pierre-Luc Dubois, and the rest of the forward unit creating open shots with great centering passes and finding the back of the net with quick shots in the offensive zone. The Blue Jackets, who average 3.23 goals per game, should run up the score against a Jets defense that is allowing 3.03 goals per game, with Patrick Lane, Oliver Bjorkstrand, Jack Ryslovic, and the rest of the forward unit crashing the net on the odd man rush and creating open shots with great puck movement in the offensive zone, while Zach Werenski picks apart the Jets' defense from the point. All signs point to a high-scoring affair north of the border tonight. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Philadelphia Flyers versus Colorado Avalanche. The Philadelphia Flyers face the Colorado Avalanche, with both teams heading in opposite directions this season. The Flyers have only won 21 of their 64 games, while the Avalanche have won 45 of their 64 games, but hope to bounce back from a rough 3-1 loss. The Flyers hope to climb out of the bottom of the Metropolitan Division, while the Avalanche look to remain in first place in the Central Division and the Western Conference, and the upcoming game should be a good one as a result. On the season, the Colorado Avalanche have a per-game scoring differential of 1.05. When playing at home, the team is winning games by an average margin of 0.59 goals. Heading into their game with the Philadelphia Flyers, the Avalanche have a 4-1 record over their past 5 contests. In these games, they have scored 15 goals, accounting for 65% of the overall scoring. Over this stretch, they have surpassed their season scoring average of 4 goals per game 4 times. Traveling into Colorado to face the star-studded Avalanche is a tall task for any team, let alone the Flyers. Not only are they traveling into Denver on the second night of a back-to-back, the Avalanche have been at home all week. I would bet they're certainly not happy about losing to the Canucks in their last outing. The Flyers have been in last place in the Metro virtually all season, while the Avalanche have been the Stanley Cup favorites since the preseason. Worse yet, the Flyers are still adjusting to an even more limited roster after trading away longtime captain Claude Giroux. The Avalanche will still be without Gabriel Landeskog, but with 4 other skaters averaging over a point a game. That is of little concern to them. Colorado was even missing Nathan MacKinnon for a dozen games this season, and they're still leading the Central Division by a landslide. Only the Panthers have a better goals per game average than the Avalanche, an average that only increases at home to 3.97 per game. These two have only met once this season, in Philadelphia, where the Avalanche put up 7 goals in a multiple-goal victory. 14 Colorado skaters, and even a backup goalie, recorded a point in that game. That's literally all but 4 skaters that saw ice time. Look for Colorado to continue with their hot play and fly by Philadelphia in this one. Colorado Avalanche to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. In Philadelphia's 63 games, the over has hit in over half of their games, going 31 to 31 to 1. So far, the team has been less likely to go over the betting line when playing on the road, going just 11 to 17 to 1. On the season, 52% of Philadelphia's games have gone for at least 6 goals or more, with 44% of the scoring coming from the Flyers. In Colorado's 64 games, the over has hit in over half of their games, going 36 to 26 to 2. So far, taking the over when the Avalanche are playing at home has been a good bet with an over-under record of 17 to 14 to 1. On the season, 62% of Colorado's games have gone for at least 6 goals or more, with 57% of the scoring coming from the Avalanche. The Avalanche are led by one of the best offenses in the game, and both forward units look to step up and find the back of the net throughout the game. The Flyers should create plenty of scoring chances with Cam Atkinson, Joel Farabee, and the rest of the forward unit carrying the puck into the offensive zone and overwhelming the Avalanche defense with speed on the wings. The Avalanche, who average 3.78 goals per game, should run up the score against a Flyers defense that is allowing 3.43 goals per game with Mikko Rantanen, Nathan MacKinnon, Nazem Kadri, and the rest of the forward unit crashing the net on the odd man rush and establishing a strong offensive zone presence while Cal Makar and Devin Toews pick apart the Flyers' defense from the point. I expect this to be a high-scoring game. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Arizona Coyotes versus Calgary Flames. The Arizona Coyotes look to snap a 3-game losing streak when visiting the Calgary Flames on Friday. Arizona is last in the Central Division at 20 to 39 to 4 with 44 points and out of playoff contention. Arizona was defeated by the Seattle Kraken 4-2 on Tuesday for their 3rd consecutive loss. During its current 3-game losing streak, Arizona is scoring an average of only 1.67 goals per game and allowing an average of 4 goals per game. On the season, the Calgary Flames have a per-game scoring differential of 1.03. Even when playing at home, the team is winning games by an average margin of 0.62 goals. As the Calgary Flames get set to take on the Coyotes, they have a below .500 record over their past 5 games, going 2-3. During this stretch, they have scored 14 goals, accounting for 52% of the scoring in these contests. If the Flames hope to break out of their slump, they need to pick up their offensive play. During this stretch, they have outscored their average of 2.43 goals just 2 times. 2 teams on polar opposite ends of the spectrum in the West and the entire NHL are both heading into this game off of tough losses. However, losing has not been a stranger to the Coyotes, with the most in the league this season at 39. Arizona has lost their last 3, all by multiple goals. They don't have much star power to rely on, other than their youngster Clayton Keller. He has been a pleasant surprise this season. However, if their best skater isn't even averaging a point per game, it's going to be nearly impossible to keep up with the firepower of the Flames. Despite their surprising loss against the Sharks last time out, Calgary should have a nice bounce-back spot here. They've remained in Calgary since that close, one-goal loss where they boast a 19-6 record. Knowing the Coyotes are a weaker team, the Flames will use this game to further their first-place lead in the Pacific over the Kings. Johnny Gaudreau will also be eager to use this matchup to close in on the point leaders ahead of him. As there are only 3, there's still hope for him to make a push for the Art Ross Trophy, and fellow Flames Matthew Tkachuk and Elias Lindholm have been helping him along the way. The two of them have accounted for 141 points and will look to increase that by burning out the Coyotes. Look for Calgary to snap out of their recent scoring slump with a big offensive night versus Arizona, so the Calgary Flames to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Coming into this game, the Coyotes have an over-under record of 29 to 31 to 3. However, when playing on the road, the over has fared better, going 15 to 15 to 1. On the season, 52% of Arizona's games have gone for at least 6 goals or more, with 43% of the scoring coming from the Coyotes in Calgary's 63 games. The over has hit in over half of their games, going 32 to 29 to 2. So far, taking the over when the Flames are playing at home has been a good bet with an over-under record of 15 to 15 to 1. On the season, 60% of Calgary's games have gone for at least 6 goals or more, with 58% of the scoring coming from the Flames. Look for the Flames' big scoring night. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.